Hello, today I will be talking about the paired readings of Chapter 1 in Reading Pop Culture and Chapter 11 of the Rhetorical Act. So, in the paired readings of Chapter 1 in Reading Pop Culture, they talk about two means that people are getting their information: Snapchat and even to things such as Venmo. In Ellen Hewitt's chapter, she talks about how Snapchat has become a platform where creators are able to market young audiences. It talks about one specific creator who likes to draw on their images that they take and post in their account, and that's a way they're attracting new audience members from in the youth. And it started talking how it was just for fun, but slowly Snapchat started contacting them for ads because they knew that's what got people's attention. Even Disney contacted them and allowed them to follow Olaf around the park when Frozen was coming out to promote the movie, and it showed how people use strategies online to target people and to get them over products or placement. And the thing is with Snapchat, this article that's mentioned by Hewitt was written a while back. Snapchat is still present today, and you could see it now. There's constant ads wherever you go. Creators are putting themselves out there by having sponsorships, saying like, "Oh, they'll be talking about a certain product and have hashtag Target ad or hashtag for Nike, whatever they can, because that's how they attract people's attention. That's how big name celebrities are able to get some money through their sponsorships, even through as a little time in 24 hours, because they know their fans will want to follow them. They're gonna follow them, and they're gonna want to use what they use. And the second chapter by Chiara Atik, they talk about how people are aware of what's going on through simple things such as Venmo. Venmo is a money transaction app where people are like, "Oh, I'll pay you this," or ask to send money for certain things. And weirdly enough, people are able to make connections to what they see. In the chapter, they explain an example of somebody following another person and seeing how the relationship ended and how they felt through a certain period of time, and then how they started a new relationship, all through like those little emojis that, because people don't write what in that what from what I've seen, people don't write what the transactions are. Maybe they do, or they put emojis, and like they saw the progression of saying, "Oh, half of the couch, half of the rent," and then it's only like wine emojis and like girl emojis, like saying like as a way to like console themselves. And then as time goes on, they see little hearts or like calling them nicknames, even through simple transactions. And you can get a glimpse of a person's life through such things like that you wouldn't really expect, because you think, because the transactions are out in the open. If even if you don't send money to them, you could see what they do with their friends. As personally me, I've seen it happen too, where I'm just like, oh, okay, people can see when I get money or when I send money and for what for. And honestly, it is kind of invading a little bit, since you get to see, but at the same time, we're exposing ourselves out in the open because we're allowing ourselves to use such platforms. We're not allowing ourselves to have even our transactions, something that's somehow more personal to us now than anything, because money speaks a lot about who we are as a person, apparently, in society. um it's such it's so bizarre how it's true, like what the author says, like you can't escape from it, because people are like, oh, this person ate this with this person and now they're paying them back, or this person owed money for this person for a simple thing. Like, you wouldn't think those little things would be such a problem to see out in the open and on your phone, because it wasn't a thing before. Now that it is, it's just like it's so much more accessible too, because people don't want to have the hassle of sending, like, give them cash now. Like, oh, if I have my card connected to it, I could just send you that, and there's no means for cash. Like, it's such a bizarre thing. And connecting both of those chapters to the Rhetorical Act, chapter 11, the Rhetorical Act tells you how there has to be a way of saying like an artistic motive to like inspire people, or there's four different motives that inspire people to like follow or to criticize. But nowadays, with such things such as Snapchat and Venmo, you see that all of that it's being discarded away. What the Rhetorical Act is saying, like, oh, analyzation requires, it has to be poetic, it has to be artistic, um it has to be convincing. But now, even such little things, we're convinced by the people who present it. We're convinced by connecting contact, getting contact clues. I'm saying like, oh, this happened and this happened. So I'm saying these people are together right now, or this is happening. We're not doing what the Rhetorical Act says we should do as a society. We're relying so much on sources that are so at hand, and it's crazy to think that way because seeing how the media is, we're constantly and bombarded with ads with celebrities, and we're just like, we don't think much of it. Like, oh, if this person's using it, I want to use it. We don't think much of it. And it's crazy how a lot of these ideas connect so well from these two books. But at the same time, it shows how we're changing, how we're evolving, and it's so strange.